Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Trail Mix, where the nuts might be a little stale, but the company is always fresh.
Yankee ships on the horizon line. Trump says Greenland's gonna be mine. Troops hit the shore, think it's all clear, but the ice awakens, the beasts appear. Rise up, Arctic army attack. Polar bears roaring, charging back.
Greenland's getting ready for us, folks. So is Europe. They're sending troops into Greenland against us. Whoever thought NATO would turn on us because we turned on them? I don't know what's going on. Does anybody? We'll talk about that. We'll open up the comments here. We got the comment section open here in a minute once I find the right button. Craig Crawford here, retired journalist working for nothing but the truth and Social Security checks. Welcome to Trail Mix Live, the YouTube version of what you're looking at right here, Trail Mix Online. For the last 20 years, we've been coming on our little corner of the internets and talking amongst ourselves and welcoming strangers, which we've got a few newbies at Trail Mix lately. We're happy to see KT Bears become a regular. Stuart over on YouTube is a regular in the comments there. We haven't hauled him over to the Trail Mix site yet, but we welcome our subscribers and our viewers one at a time. And just recently, we got some pretty big news for us around here. We're up to 5,000 subscribers. Look at that, 5,000 subscribers, and that caused our Trail Mix editorial board to get a little bit excited, and here was their reaction. Our thread starters this morning, as we call them, usually come from Pat D, our morning host. She starts us off with a cartoon normally. Here we got the chilling effect. The chilling effect of ICE crackdown on free speech and everything else. She got a few more stories here we were looking at from there. Here we got the judge ruling in this case in Minneapolis that late last night. Judge said these ICE fellas gotta chill. ICE needs to chill, folks. All right.
Breaking tonight, a Minnesota judge has ruled that federal agents in Minneapolis can, quote, not detain or tear gas peaceful protesters who are not obstructing officers. The ruling comes after the fatal shooting of Renee Nicole Good last week, and as tensions remain high in the Twin Cities.
Is unnecessary abuses of force. This is an invasion for the sake of creating chaos by our own federal government to interrupt the daily lives of tens of thousands of people.
State and local law enforcement agencies are already preparing for planned demonstrations slated for the weekend ahead.
Big news in Texas politics. Yep, a 17-point swing since December between Jasmine Crockett running for the Democratic nomination for Texas Senate to ultimately run against whoever the Republicans pick, and the incumbent John Cornyn is in a rough race of his own against the Attorney General there. They're about tied. And Jasmine Crockett had been leading by about 8 or 9 points in December, and all of a sudden this new fella, this newbie, a state rep who's really getting a lot of buzz nationwide from Democrats, James Talarico, has suddenly switched the numbers, and now he's in the 9-point lead, and that's going to be one to watch. And they got a debate coming up January 24th, and we'll be following that right here on Trail Mix, because we're going to make this race what we call one of our signal races, one of those races that we want to follow closely around the country. A lot of people think, oh, there's no way Texas would ever elect a Democrat. They haven't elected a statewide Democrat in 31 years in Texas. So I agree, the odds aren't great, but things are strange in Texas on the Republican side. They've got a hot race on their hands between their incumbent Cornyn and the Attorney General, who's a bit controversial, shall we say, since they tried to impeach him and everything else, and the FBI tried to indict him. So anyway, the Republicans might not be in great shape in Texas for this rate if the Democrats can get it together and pick somebody and get behind them. We'll talk more about Talarico, who I think is a very interesting candidate. Afraid to talk about Jesus.
What would Jesus do about a tax system that benefits the rich over the poor? What would Jesus do about a healthcare system that forces the sick to start GoFundMe pages to afford life-saving surgeries? What would Jesus do about an education system that ties a child's school funding to their community's property wealth? What would Jesus do about a justice system that incarcerates more people than any other country on the face of the earth? And what would Jesus do about an economic system that prioritizes profits over the health of our planet?
Well, hello there, CPL Barnes, Corporal. Oh, I see your insignia there. You're a corporal. Corporal Barnes. Democrats never get it together. You might be right about that, I have to admit. Especially in Texas. I mean, good Lord, who's that guy that ran for Senate a couple of times? Beto, something or other. Everybody thought he was the up-and-comer, was going to win the day, but I don't know what the deal is with why they can't get it together. But you never know. Democrats get it together sometimes, Corporal. There's Katie.
Hi.
Hey, Katie.
How are you doing?
Pretty good. We've just been running through some stories. I did a piece at the top about this judge that she kind of slapped around the federal judge there in Minnesota, sort of slapped around the ice a little bit.
Yeah,
a little bit of sting, I suppose.
They're still going to go against it. Guarantee it. Last night was very quiet, though.
Was it?
Mm-hmm. The only thing is, okay, it's bitterly cold now. All right. Polar vortex kind of is coming in.
Yeah. Now, when Minnesotans say it's bitterly cold, I pay attention because that's a bitterly cold place in the summertime. No, that's not true. But that's unfair.
I don't know. We've had the heat index hotter than Brazil sometimes. So
I've been chatting here with Corporal Barnes. That Democrat is blasphemous, not evangelical. Hello, have a great day, sir. Well, no, he's referring to Talarico. I had him up earlier.
I like Talarico.
I was making the point that, I think Blue's here. Oh, we got to get Blue because we were talking about Texas. Blue. Hey, Blue.
Hey.
Hey, I had Talarico on here earlier because I've been paying some attention to him. And I just think it's unusual to see. I have not seen a Democrat who talks about Jesus since Jimmy Carter.
He goes on Joe Rogan and talks about Jesus.
He talks about Jesus.
But he talks about a historical, like, you know what I mean? Walk the walk kind of thing instead of all of the garbage that goes on. But with evangelicals,
we got Katie on here from Minnesota. Now, you and Katie have talked before, haven't you, Blue? I think so.
No, I let her know that I lived in Minneapolis for briefly. January, February, and March.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, well, those are perfect times to live here. I will tell you that.
And then I moved.
So anyway, Katie was just making the point that they're having, like I was saying, when Minnesotans say it's cold, it's cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To a Floridian, a native, not native, but almost native Floridian like me, when a Minnesotan says it's cold, I know it's serious.
Is it any chance of black ice for the white supremacist march?
That's what we're hoping for.
What about a what march?
It's March Against Fraud. Is that what they're calling it?
Yes, it's so stupid.
Yeah.
I don't know what Rick Young means here. You're a multitude of Democratic Christians. You people are myopic. I don't know what that means. I might need some I need a Rick Young channeler here, whisperer, to explain to me what you're talking about, Rick. All right, and Rolf Palm, Americans equal West Talibans. I don't understand that.
Well,
Nobody's making
I don't
sense to
think-
me. Explain
I don't
yourself.
think
No, I was
Americans
going to
are.
say they are the chicken fried Taliban, the maggots.
They're Timu Taliban.
Tibu Taliban, white ISIS, vanilla ISIS.
Oh God, I was watching one of the debate shows yesterday. I can't remember which one it was. But a guy called in and he said, "We abolished them. We broke them up. We killed Osama bin Laden. We've killed all these people." And he's like, "Are you talking about ISIS?" And he's like, "Well, isn't that what we're fighting now? Why are they coming back?"
Oh, is he thinks when we talk about ICE, we're talking about ISIS?
Yes.
Oh,
That's what this guy
wow.
was talking about. And he was
Yeah,
like, "Are you
that-
trolling me?" Because literally it was like the stupidest thing.
That's what that's what I was telling the other day when I was a kid, 8 or 9 years old, when the Vietnam War was going on, and I'd see the news about guerrillas attacking our troops, and I would think, my God, we got to have weapons against guerrillas. We can't handle guerrillas.
Oh, it's crazy.
Oh, I see. Rolf's mad about. Are you saying? I guess the Talarico clip I played earlier when he talks about Jesus. I guess he's calling that a religious nut job. I don't.
I'll be honest. It doesn't bother me if they're religious or not. It really doesn't. Because I am agnostic. I do not participate in any organized religion because I believe most of it is a cult. No offense to anybody who is a Christian or whatever.
Right.
But it becomes almost cultish when you watch some of the people talk about things. And frankly, Turning Point USA has even confirmed that even more for me. But she's just a little too happy her husband's dead. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's weirdest grief ever.
Isn't it? Like, okay, I'll talk about myself for a second. So my father was killed in an accident when I was 10 months old. My mother, who was 20, she was 27 at the time, she just had to rely on her family and friends to help her with this baby. And my grandma would tell me she would lock herself in her room for a day or two just to grieve. You know, she didn't want to be out in public. And, you know, I don't understand. And I mean, everybody grieves in their own way, but to have merchandise as his funeral, merchandise.
Yeah. And fireworks.
Yes. And walking around in sparkly suits and then going on a grieving tour. Like, what the hell is that? And where are her kids? She talks about women staying home and taking care of their kids. Then where are her kids?
Yeah. Maybe they're with Charlie. Maybe they're in another country or something.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Sorry, I went off on a rant.
We got John Patrick preaching the gospel to us here now. We got these guys getting some gospel.
Well, there's a lot of bad dogma out there, and I would suggest that some of these people that some of these evangelicals listen to Dan McClellan on YouTube, and he will go through it verse by verse and explain it to you historically, where it came from, what it ties to, what people are trying to manipulate. I mean, and he's been doing this for years, and it's just like, if there's truth in it, that truth will come out. It'll rise to the top like the cream. But the problem is, it's like everybody is cherry picking to, you know, you've got evangelicals cherry picking the Bible to say that we shouldn't feed people, to saying that is wrong.
Yeah, that was
like
the clip that I
Thessalonians
was
2
playing.
or something. And it's like, what? Where did this come from? That is not how I was raised. It's like, but you know, I'm one of those.
There's Dungone.
Hey.
Come on here and talk to us, Dungone. We love it when you get on the air. She's done that a couple of times. I forget where she is. Speaking of that, a channel. Oh, speaking of that,
Her daughter's military too, I think. Yeah.
I believe so. I think you did say, and she also done gone plays that instrument that we talked about the other day. Well, here we do have a bit of a crowd here. We got well, let's see. I have to take this one down and put this one up. Look at there. We got 466 viewers right now. That'd fill up an American Legion Hall. That's my goal, is to make sure that we can at least fill up an American Legion Hall. The other day we got up to 1.4 thousand, and I thought, oh, we got to move to a partitioned Holiday Inn ballroom.
So are you going to have Carolyn or somebody come on and talk about the DOJ saying that courts can't tell them what to do?
Well,
Oh,
the way I understood that, and we'll go. Let's see. I'll go back over and get that. I might have to do the legal duty here. I mean,
did you?
I did get a law degree, but I spared client. I didn't visit my supposed skills upon clients at all. I just got the degree, but we got some new people here. Let's see. No, they're Amen and John. Rinda's Amen and John, and Pocket. Well, now let's not. I'm not happy with ICE, but I don't think they're intrinsically evil.
Well, they didn't exist before 2003, and it has been the slow erosion of our rights ever since. And it's and now it's something complete. It's morphed into something completely different. This is his private army.
This is just like a Jerry Lewis. This is just like the telethon. Oh, we broke 500. We got 552 viewers. Oh, I guess should we have a sound? We should have a sound for that, shouldn't we? Something when we break a certain. We'll just do basic. Just do a basic explosion.
Crack the ice.
Yeah, I needed to get an ice cracker.
Did you see what the DOJ put out late last night, though?
Yeah, that they don't have to.
That they don't have to release the Epstein files either.
Yeah, they don't have to do it, and no court can make them. I put that up on the trial last night, and I put it on there again this morning.
Getting ready to go. I'm going to go because my first reaction to it when I saw it was it looked like it was about standing, which I had thought at the beginning was going to be an issue, whether those two congressmen, Massey and Ro actually have standing for what they're trying to do. I'd expected that challenge, but I need to go see.
I put it in. It's the very last paragraph of what I posted this morning, and it's in boldface.
Yeah, I'm going to get it.
Katie, Katie, instead of yelling shame at the ICE agents because they don't know any, yell release the Epstein files.
Oh, they started doing that last night.
Did they?
Oh, did they really?
Yes.
Good.
Yeah,
Good. That's the thing to do.
The stories have merged.
Yeah. She last night I heard it a couple of times, and then there was a I think Aaron Parnas put out a video about it. If it was Aaron Parnas, it was somebody, one of the political things, put out like a reel on it. And then all of a sudden they started saying, release the Epstein files. But I mean, like the ICE agents don't really have anything to do with that.
Right. But the thing is, if people are yelling that, well, I guess they could always cut the sound on the videos that they want of everything. But it makes the sound. They can't hear the flashbangs and think it's a war scene because they can't use the audio if people are yelling, release the Epstein files.
True.
So I don't know.
Okay, I found my way to what. So, absolute new legislation speaks like the DOJ believes no court can force it to produce the Epstein file. Okay, let's see. Now, what are they saying? Let's see. So they filed an amicus brief.
Mm-hmm.
Cannot. Oh, I see. They're okay. So the case it's the Maxwell case that this is based on that all this is happening in.
Oh.
And for the reason for that is that judge, the DOJ, this is the funny part, actually. The DOJ started this because they're the ones that went to the court and asked for the authority to release the grand jury transcripts, which the judge initially denied. Then, since Congress passed the law, the judge changed his ruling and said, you do need to release the transcript now that Congress has voted. And in that case is where just a few days ago, Massey and Rokana went to the court with this request for him to either appoint a special master. That's what they're basically asking for, is to get an independent special master to take over this release of the file. So now, and they filed that as an amicus brief in that. So what the DOJ is arguing here, it looks like, is an amicus cannot, it's not appropriate for them to, for the judge to award this special master relief they're seeking because they're filing as amicus. But then it goes on. Let's see. DOJ asserts, standing. I'd expected a standing challenge. That's always an issue in these kind of cases, because you have to have a case in controversy. You have to have somebody who's actually damaged in order to get access to court orders, and that's what they're saying. But here's this is interesting. This is a DOJ letter rejects the idea that congressional authorship confers standing. Okay, that's where they're arguing that. All right, I should maintain that the act provides no cause of act where Congress is not explicitly. Okay, so this is where it gets to your point about they're saying the courts can't cannot reach out to award remedies where neither the Constitution. Okay, well, they've got an argument here to delay. I don't. It's not always that they can win, just that they can delay. So I mean, the judge can rule against them, and they've already established their basis for an appeal. So anyway, the bottom line is the cover-up continues. This is the cover-up in action.
It just won't stop. It won't stop. I love it. This person actually posted on Threads and said, regarding recent events in Minneapolis, there's one silver lining worth of mention. At least we no longer have to see pictures of Erica Kirk 50 times a day.
Well, she's tied to, I'm sure she's tied to it somehow too.
Oh yeah.
Honestly.
Oh yeah.
So.
Well, all of the right-wing people that are coming here today, one of them is, oh gosh, what's his name?
Jake?
Yeah. He's leading it.
Yeah, Jake, whatever his name is, yeah.
Yeah. And of course, they're protesting where none of our protesters have really gone. So it's U of M campus.
Oh.
And that area of Minneapolis.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I mean, if they're separated from the people that are actually protesting at the DHS ICE facility.
Yeah, they're going like regular protesters are all going to Whipple.
Yeah, Whipple.
Because the thing is, if the right-wing people come there, they'll have to deal with ICE there. And they're trying to stay away so they want to wreak havoc is what they want to do. And that's why Walz called in the National Guard to help.
Well, John, I want to respond to John Patrick here, Katie, because this is something I just keep hearing is, I'm sorry, John Patrick. I mean, I agree with you. If they really were only going after illegal immigrants, that'd be one thing. But that is not what's happening. I mean, and
they're taking everybody. If you're brown, they take you.
To put a point on it, they were going into courthouses where people were going through the correct procedure, going through it the correct way, and nabbing them as they left the courtroom.
The guy who got shot in the leg the other day, he was coming back from his immigration meeting with his, to get on the path to citizenship.
Yeah. So this is, and they are taking in U.S. citizens and they're asking people for their papers. So this guy, be prepared to show your papers if you don't have blonde hair and blue eyes, bud.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason we know this, John Patrick, is because of the numbers that we're seeing on detentions versus court orders to deport. Compared to the peak of the Obama years, when he was what they called deporter in chief, they're not getting near the level of court orders, because they're hauling in so many people who are not illegals, and the courts are having to throw the cases out.
So Stephen Miller has a 3,000 per day quota or something like that, and so he's driving this.
Oh yeah, he does. But like, you know, they arrested 4 Lakota Native Americans.
Yeah,
they found one. They
lost 3 of them.
They shipped them off to someplace, and they don't know where they did it because they don't keep track of that.
And that's intentional. They just ship them off, and we don't know.
It's and the thing is that now Kristi Noem is saying that we're all going to have to prove our citizenship.
Well, I'm guessing that next thing they'll have is we're going to have a chip or something so they can microchip us like a pet.
That's what Elon wants us to do.
Yeah. They're going to chip us. It's going to be the new tattoos.
Here's some numbers I put together last night to follow up. In October, I did a study of these facts, and I'm getting ready to update it. But I mean, at this point, I find this really phenomenal that a lot of people just got to wrap their heads around, is that Obama at his peak in 2012, which was the peak of deportations, even today. In 2012, they call them removals, but it means deportations basically. 410,000. He got 410,000 people the courts had determined were illegal out of the country. All right, now after all we've been through, this year, Trump is still not at that level. They're at 340,000. And the reason for it is their detentions are way up. And pay attention when they brag about what they're doing and they talk about detentions. Yeah, detentions are way up. They're at record numbers. The problem is they can't make the cases stick. So in the end, they're not deporting as many people as Obama did.
But in the meantime, they are in these concentration camps being abused. Some of them are working. So, yeah. Anyway.
Why was a 17-year-old who was working at Target taken and then beaten, and then they dumped him at a Walmart, which was several miles away? A 17-year-old kid, and they arrested a 14-year-old and a 15-year-old the other day. Like, most of these kids are here because of their parents. So did they take their parents? I read a really sad story today as a parent with a neurospicy child, and it made me think that I need to prepare for that. Yeah.
Neurospicy. I've never heard that phrase.
Yeah. So he's neurodivergent. So anyway, there was a story that I saw where a woman with kids on the spectrum, you sometimes have to create social stories so they understand what they need to do in a situation. And this woman said, my, 17-year-old son, who is mixed, he's very worried about ICE. So his teacher had to sit down and write a story about what you need to do if you do get picked up by ICE. What do you say to ICE? What do you need to show them? All these things. So he understood the process that he needs to go through. And unfortunately, that's the world we have today. And it's really sad that that's what we have to do.
Yeah. And it's all unconstitutional.
Mm-hmm.
Asking people. Yeah.
Nobody's really saying, oh yeah, it really is against the Constitution, except all of us, and nobody wants to believe us because we have somebody who tells people not to believe us, and they believe their cult leader rather than believing anyone else or looking at facts.
Well, House Republicans had Stewart, what's his face, with the one with the eye patch.
Yeah.
Stewart, yeah, they had him sitting front and center at a congressional hearing, just for absolutely no reason whatsoever, apparently, just to try to intimidate people. I don't know, but he was a guest of the House Republicans. In the reserved area, he was a guest of the House Republicans, and he did not get pardoned. He was convicted of seditious conspiracy, I believe, and he was not pardoned. And he was their guest.
Talking about. Have you ever heard the? I remembered this from college when I saw this on TikTok the other day. The Dunning-Kruger effect. This guy, I don't know who this guy is, but I got a kick out of listening to him talk about it. It applies.
The Dunning-Kruger effect. It says the less you know, the more you think you know, and the more certain you are of it.
I love that. I mean, just stop right there. The less you know, the more you think you know. I like that part. And then he goes,
certainty is not a measure of knowledge. In fact, confidence often peaks before competence. When you know very little, you don't yet know how much.
That's another one. Confidence often peaks before competence.
There is to know. So everything feels obvious. Everything that you think you understand is clear. But as understanding truly grows, certainty drops, nuance appears, questions multiply. But that's not weakness, that's learning. And precision in language forces a certain humility, because certainty resists, and the loudest voices are rarely the most informed. They're usually
the loudest voices are rarely the most informed. That's a motto for our ages.
Loud, arrogant, and wrong.
The Dunning-Kruger effect. I remember studying that in college, but I've forgotten what it was.
The thing, and I'm going to talk about these things that they're saying. Actually, no, U.S. citizens have been wrongful deportations. It says here, while U.S.-born citizens generally cannot be deported, reports from 2025 indicate that U.S. citizens, including children, were mistakenly detained, caught in sweeps, and in some cases put on deportation flights along undocumented family members due to aggressive immigration enforcement, leading to wrongful deportations despite the legal protections, which focus also on shifting to denaturalization of naturalized citizens.
Denaturalize Elon.
There's a lot of people who should be getting deported that are not being deported because they kissed somebody's ass. Sorry, not sorry.
And they have a lot of money.
The lower your IQ, the smarter you feel.
It says to somebody who wants to impeach Obama.
Yeah.
Sorry. He's done. You don't need to impeach him. He's done. Oh my gosh. But no. Oh, thank you so much. I really really love that sentiment there, Henry Herbert. Lovely. Anyway, the thing is, I'm going to say this. I would much rather live next to an illegal immigrant who's here trying to make their lives better and help their family. If they're working hard and bringing tax dollars and helping our economy, that's awesome. And if they're not committing crimes, great. If they are an illegal immigrant and they do create crimes, sure, get them out of our country. I agree with that, but I agree with doing the due process. That's what we are missing, is the due process part of it, which is a legal right, no matter if you're a citizen or not.
Yeah, because how do we know you're a citizen, or if you're a citizen, if there's no due process? Which we found out there. I think the college student that was a U.S. citizen who ended up in Mexico, I think she's finally being allowed to come back. She's the one that kept
Well,
moving
they've
around.
apologized. You talk about
Yeah.
the Massachusetts, the Babs. Yeah, they've apologized
Mhm.
for illegally deporting her. But I don't know if she's coming back or not. I'm not sure they're letting her
She
back.
might be cozy in El Salvador right now.
But she's actually in Honduras, and Babson College is letting her continue her studies remotely. Now, this is an interesting point here that I hear a lot is, the fact that they came here illegally. And it's a little more nuanced than that, Ed, because so many of these people are people who came here legally on green cards, they expired, and then we made the process so incredibly difficult and expensive. I mean, I've heard numbers from 5,000 to 10,000 people have to raise to extend their green cards, and so they just have let them expire. That's who a lot of these people are.
Also, coming here without over the border, without papers, coming in illegally, as you say, it is not a criminal offense. It is a misdemeanor. So it is not a crime because it is not a criminal offense.
Correct.
And but that's an argument that that I think has to be addressed, because that is something that I think a lot of people believe. I mean, most people believe that if somebody came here illegally, they ought to be deported, and if that's all they're deporting, then it's okay. But people are realizing it's more than that.
And people are getting arrested, executing their First Amendment rights.
Yeah, protesters. Yes, U.S. citizens, protesters, white people, which is what seems to be the problem that most people of these people are having with immigrants is that they're just racist.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a very recent poll right here. I mean, we're at a situation now where you've got a plurality who actually, and I don't believe this is the answer to abolish ICE, but
no,
that's
reform
just how serious the problem is that Trump has created for ICE. Is now you got a plurality of Americans wanting to abolish it.
Well,
I don't think that's the answer.
I think the only way to fix
it,
though, is to get rid of every single person in there,
and start from scratch.
Start from scratch, because there's going to be.
They got a lot of people there who go back to the Obama years, and I think maybe the ones they've in this surge this past year of the 12,000 where they dropped the requirements. I mean, they've actually dropped the age requirement for ICE to 18, and they've dropped the requirement for a college degree. I mean, those are the people in this recent surge need to be scrutinized. And then there's been some reporting the last few days about how they have, they shortened the training period from something like eight weeks to 40 days or 47
days, because Trump is the 47th president.
Yeah, right. And so I think we ought to be taking a hard look at the people they've hired in this recent surge where they got 10,000 new agents. I mean, this is crazy.
That's what they want. I love all these people that are saying, it's illegal, it's illegal, it's illegal. Well, Trump did a lot of things illegally, and he was a felon, 34-time convicted felon, and he's running our White House. Isn't what he did illegal? Couldn't she,
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yep. They
overlook all that.
They're either bots or they're racists. End of story.
You know what?
That's it.
I am a woman. I'm not going to shut up. I am proud and I will fight for my own rights. I am a feminist, and I don't care what y'all say. You're sexist pigs, and leave us alone.
Here's the thing.
You wouldn't be here if we weren't here.
Here's the thing. When men start, it shows how weak they are when they say "shut up, woman." It's the same thing as ICE monster Ross told Renee Good after he murdered her. Fucking bitches. Basically, that was his way of telling her to shut up, was with his gun.
Yeah.
And we are all we've all gone through it. I mean, yeah.
Well, they're good for the algorithm. We just thank you, folks, for boosting our algorithm.
Woohoo!
We're up. We just
Come on,
broke
trolls and
2,000. We just broke 2,000 viewers. I think that might be we've only been doing this for a week or maybe.
So we do want to feed the trolls. Okay.
we do want to feed them. We need to talk about old appliances. The other day, that was hilarious. He put a video up about rotary phones and it just died.
Yeah. You know, but it's had an afterlife, because in the comments on that video, a lot of people wanted to praise the rotary phone, and one guy, I got into discussion, actually some comment discussion with one guy, and he pointed out that what he liked about the rotary phone era is that when you dialed the phone, it took so long. You know, you had to wait for each number to spin over and spin back. That it took so long that it gave you time to think about what you were going to say, that you were better prepared for your phone call.
Yep. And you had to know the number of the person you were calling.
Right.
Right. Yeah. No more speed dial. So maybe we should go back to landlines and rotary phones and writing in cursive and stick shifts
and not having social media. Those were the days where you didn't have this BS.
Yep. But
somebody told us to go make a sandwich.
What kind? What are you having for lunch?
I just realized I turned off the stereo. Put them off. Well, let's see. I was going to.
Oh, that's funny. These women. That's lovely. I have a husband of almost 23 years, so we're doing just fine. Yeah. And he knows I'm this way.
They project a lot. Yeah, I was going to say the Heritage Foundation, they put out a new directive. No contraceptive, no IVF, no more no fault divorces.
Yeah.
Their problem is that women have too many options because they're getting educated, they have careers, and they have their own money, and that is contributing to the downfall of population of white babies.
Yep. When they want to abolish child support.
Yeah. So guys, you might want to get on board here because
well, and getting on that, our number one story in our What America's Cooking this morning was Abigail Spanberger is the first.
Yeah. Woohoo!
Right here. She was we do this every day on Trail Mix. I have my Gemini AI figure out what gets the most clicks. I just want to know what's getting the most clicks out there in news and politics. We just look to that. And Abigail got number one and most clicked news and politics story this morning. So then we had Trump threatening tariffs on Greenland. Did you see this story about Kristen Sinema?
Yep.
Goodness.
She was. Yeah. Because the husband has absolutely no responsibility in having an affair with her.
Yeah.
It's all her fault.
It's all the woman's fault. It's always that. Just like it was Stormy Daniels' fault that she fell on Trump.
Yeah.
God, I in normal times I would have obsessed on this FBI raid of the Washington Post reporter, but I barely had time to get to that story. I mean, that's a big deal.
Well, that's to intimidate people because the story is already out and stuff. That's to intimidate journalists, I think, is all that's about.
Oh, of course. Yeah. I mean, what she did was the reporter was, she just wrote a piece about how she had talked anonymously to a lot of federal workers about what was going on in the federal workforce. And I have some friends here in DC that are in the federal workforce. It's just astounding what's happening. I mean, the morale of those people is shot. And And so the other highly much clicked stories, the ailing astronaut returns.
Oh, speaking of morale, apparently they're trying to get psychologists for the ICE goons because their morale is low because people are not supporting them.
No, did you see the stay-at-home
they needed
sons?
therapy before they got into ICE, but
I thought the stay-at-home son story was kind of interesting. Why young men are finding happiness in their parents' homes. I don't know. If Jamie came on. Jamie lives with. She's got her sons. I think one son and grandson living with her. So she's got the sons and grandsons in her nest, and then finally we wound up with these old shoes that washed up in Wales.
Atkins is the OG. It's been around for 50 years. Did you guys know that?
Oh,
The biggest fear when I
that's
lost weight
actually
is
an
that I would,
ad.
of
We
course,
don't
just
want
gain.
that.
Gotta love the ads.
Hundreds of old-fashioned shoes recently washed up on the beach in Wales.
What?
Yeah. I was trying to see. I had a picture of it here somewhere. Anyway.
how old-fashioned?
Yeah.
I mean, that like 1960s or the 1860s.
Yeah. They said they were old shoes. They were volunteers working for the beach. Oh, let's see. I put it on here. Volunteers working.
Atkins is the OG. It's been around
For
for
the
50
beach.
years. Did you guys know that? My biggest fear when I lost the weight is that I would, of course, just
Found
gain it
the
right
old
back. Having
shoes.
reliable options like Atkins
Oh, here's a
bars and
picture.
shakes makes it easier
Oh,
to
those
stay
look
on
really
track
old.
without overthinking.
Here we go. I'll put that up.
Oh yeah, this is interesting. So yesterday,
Oh, what
a
that is.
news outlet was filming ICE agents just standing there, and one of them had his fly open, and he was not wearing underwear, so you saw everything.
Uh-oh.
I saw that, and that worried me because we also saw the video of them taking a woman into a porta potty.
Yeah. And a lot of people brought up the fact that women who have been released have said they've been sexually assaulted while being detained.
Yeah.
Huh.
One of them, they said that it had gone on for months, and that was the only way that she was allowed to see her daughter.
Mm-hmm.
So there's like
Not cool.
major war crimes going on here, major things against the Geneva Convention. I mean,
come to Minneapolis. Our city is full of ICE. In fact, today, there's going to be probably a lot of them out. In fact, I'm waiting for updates as to what's going on at Whipple right now.
Did you see Corey? On Trailmix, Corey, he made a meme of Mary Tyler Moore throwing her hat, saying she'd been arrested for assault.
Oh, doesn't surprise me. A lot of the media outlets are going to the alt-right one, but the Black Panthers are here.
Good.
Black Panthers are here. Many people from our indigenous tribes all over Minnesota have come down for this weekend because they're taking their people too.
Now, are there more? Is there anything organized planned for the weekend or?
The right-wing people are. There is. They're asking regular protesters to go to Whipple.
Mm-hmm.
And then I believe there are other ones around the state. I haven't looked at them. I know there's one in my town. But yeah, I don't know how great it's going to be because it is 9 degrees outside and it's very, very windy.
Well, that makes me hope that somebody has spray misted the area around the alt-right parade route, and they can deal with black ice.
Oh yeah. Well, I love the compilation of all the ICE agents slipping and falling.
Yeah, the one that his gun went off. That was something.
Yeah, don't know how to put a safety on there, bud.
Oh my.
I am going to say this, though, is that us as Minnesotans, we are resilient. And you have to remember, this is a state that has lots and lots of Viking blood in the population. We have dealt with worse winters than this. We have dealt with colder temperatures than this and survived. We can survive this. We know how to prepare. And I mean, if anybody knows history about Vikings, we have people who go berserk. That's where berserkers came from, and the word berserk. There you go. So you want to test us? We're going to fight back. We don't lay down. Sorry, not sorry.
And, you know, I go back to I remember the Tea Party movement when Obama was president, and they surfaced to fight Obamacare and whatever else they could think of. And I just remember all the resistance to federal government in those days, you know, and, you know, if those people, if Obama had sent in, you know, ICE to their neighborhoods or sent in National Guard to defend abortion clinics against protesters or something like that. And that, you know, what kind of reaction would we be hearing? I mean, they were fearful of the federal government in those days. Now that it's on their side, they're all for it. But, you know, that can change. That can easily change. I mean, these powers that they're now cheering, this president expanding his powers, a future president can get those powers. And like I say, a future president might decide he's going to send in the National Guard and arrest all the protesters at an abortion clinic or something, you know.
And of course, Greenland is protesting.
Yep. Denmark's protesting.
And Denmark is protesting.
I'm a Dane.
And it's really fun that it's all against one person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but they've got to stop doing anything to appease anybody here because he's the decaying spokesmodel for it, but it's so much bigger than that. It's Peter Thiel and it's the Heritage Foundation and it's you know, white supremacist groups and it's a lot of garbage that is propping him up. So garbage policies. But I'm going to pop off now and stay safe, Katie.
Oh, I will. I'm staying inside today because
I
have asthma and this weather kicks it up.
Yeah. So, okay. Well, I'm going to, I'll probably
put
more
have a
messages
question
for
about-
Congress.
I did have a question about Texas Blue. Did you see this poll that just came out where it's flipped and Crockett is now 9 points behind Talarico?
Yeah, I posted it yesterday before you did even.
Oh, did you beat me to it?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I just wonder how you assess that coming out in that race.
Well, here's the thing.
I'm making it a race I want to follow.
I know. Here's the thing. I know that when she got into it, Mike Johnson said, "Oh, good," and rubbed his little.
Right. I saw him like
together.
rubbing his hand. He was rubbing his hands together.
People were like, "Oh, they're afraid of her. They're afraid of her." It's like, nope, they're afraid of somebody who looks and sounds like them, making sense and being calm. They are afraid of James Talarico. They are. I keep saying Talarico, because yeah,
he looks Republican.
He looks Republican. He looks for all the world like a Republican, and he's not. And he's, you know, he is. This is a message coming from him holds a lot more weight with white evangelicals, even, or maggots, or whoever. So they are afraid of him. They are not afraid of her because to them, it's a mouthy woman.
Yeah, he's done some interesting ads on social media. This is one here that are just real low key, but just candidate to I like candidate to camera ads. And here's one here.
In the wealthiest country on earth is not because we can't feed the poor. it's because we can't satisfy the rich. Elon Musk is about to become the
I think that's a pretty good line. It's not because we can't feed the poor, it's because we can't satisfy the rich.
First trillionaire. He's about to make more money than every elementary school teacher in America combined. Do we really believe one man is worth more than every elementary school teacher? Why do we have a trillionaire when there are kids without enough to eat? Why do we have a trillionaire when cancer patients are going bankrupt? Why do we have a trillionaire when veterans are sleeping out on the street? I'm all for success, but this is not success. This is hoarding. What leads a person to accumulate more money than they could possibly spend in 100 lifetimes when there are people starving in this one?
I mean, he's got a real focused campaign on these economic.
Yep. And that is something that I wish the rest of the Democrats would learn, is to not go running after every little morsel and every little tidbit and every little group.
And then you get, and then this is the kind of ads he's doing, these real talky ads. And then, that one's on TikTok. It's 90 seconds long, which is an eternity on TikTok.
Right.
But then Crockett is doing these kind of ads.
Being a winner is a curse. It doesn't matter how much you've won before. It's a new dawn. You're not a winner until you win again. It's a new life for me. And again and again. Nothing is enough. No one understands. And you never want it to stop.
But that didn't tell me anything.
What in the world is that ad about?
What she thinks.
Right.
It tells me nothing about what she thinks.
I mean, that's a slick ad.
It is, and it grabs attention, and that's the thing, is she's targeting younger voters with that ad because it's flashy. It's not informational. They're just like, oh yeah, this looks cool, and that's where it's going for. Lots of people do that now because you have to think about it. A lot of the new voters coming up are young kids just getting out of high school or that are newly in college, and this is going to be their first time voting in midterms.
Mm-hmm. I think it's going to be an interesting race there between those two, and they're debating January 24th. They've got a debate, Crockett and this guy. Mm-hmm. I think that's going to be, because I see this two very different kinds of Democratic parties here. As far he reminds me of a combination of Bill Clinton and Jimmy Carter, because he's Bill Clinton without the character issues, and he's willing to talk about Jesus.
Uh-huh. Yeah. The lines for his events are out the door and around the block.
Yeah, I've seen some of the coverage of that. Yeah.
So
he has a very eloquently way of speaking, and he doesn't waver. And I think that's what people like about him a lot.
Yeah. I like Jasmine Crockett's fight, but she's got to put more information into those ads. That alone, that right there told me absolutely nothing.
I mean, she has cornered the market on being an anti-Trump troll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's going to take more than that.
But we need more than that. Yep. We need more than that.
to win the Senate.
I will say the shadow hearing yesterday that they, so I'll correct myself. It was 28 congressional Democrats that came to Minnesota yesterday and had a meeting with Walz and with several of the leaders of the movements here in Minneapolis, and several people who had been detained by ICE to find out what their experience was. And the speech she made was very impactful. But then again, so were the speeches by several other senators and House members. So it wasn't like, I mean, she stood out because it's Jasmine Crockett. She's a big personality. But yeah.
Well, I was looking at some of her contributions, and I mean, it's stuff like Lockheed and a bunch of crypto companies.
Lots of crypto.
Lots of crypto money. And I wonder what that's about, what they see in her. Well, we're at the hour. We're at
Okay.
the hour.
All
And
right. Keep the faith.
Where the trail runs cold at noon.
Later.
All right. Have a good day, everybody.
We'll sign off with the editorial board. Thanks everybody, I guess, for showing up. Let's see what were our final numbers. What do we have here? I see. Oh my goodness, I might have to put this on the screen. Our final numbers are. I believe that's a record for us. 3,500 viewers for today's show. 3,500, is that right? Yeah, that's what that says. If I put that on the screen. Okay, well, there's 3,500 of you out there. Obviously, some of you aren't in sync with us, but that's okay. And we'll talk more again every day at 11 a.m. We're here, but then we're all day long on trailmix.cc where we chat. So we'll wind up here with just a final word from the editorial board.
Okay, I'm Lady Mau Mau, Craig's built-in emergency brake. If this wasn't enough for you, sign up for the newsletter. It's free, it's thoughtful, and it occasionally makes sense.